I am Heidi Ryder. I am one of the counselors at East Hall High School. And a lot of you will remember me from Lula. Same one. Yes, that is me. But I'm here tonight to start with you to kind of brace you for the impact of your student coming to the high school. I know it's a lot to take in. So welcome class of 2020 students and welcome parents. We're going to get started as we've got a few more people signing in right now, but we want to go ahead and get going for you. Tonight we have Ms. Guzman is going to be working with us. She's our parent liaison. I have Mr. Morkel here. You guys know Ms. Donna Ruart from the middle school. She's the counselor there. And Ms. England is also out there if you were to need her. The other lady that's at the table when you were coming in, that's Ms. Comiskey. She's the other counselor here at East Hall. Okay? So that way you kind of know some of the people that are here and who's going to be talking to you tonight. All right? We'll start out with Mr. Morkel. Ms. Guzman, is it working? Okay. We'll start out with Mr. Morkel.
Welcome. As Ms. Ryder said, my name is Mr. Morkel. I'm one of the assistant principals here at the school. So again, I'd like to just welcome you to the campus, and we look forward to seeing you more often as we move into next year. But our motto here at the school is every student, every chance, every day. Hopefully you get a feel for that as you walk into our doors. It's really, we're dedicated to our students, giving them every opportunity to learn, to be successful. And that's one of the reasons why we've set up a ninth grade academy. This is kind of ongoing. This is, I think, our 5th or 6th year of having a ninth grade academy. And some of those reasons that we've kind of put that forward is we're trying to increase our graduation rates. We're trying to reduce the number of discipline referrals and really try to move those kids having a lot of success in ninth grade so they move into that 10th grade year with a strong foundation. And with this being our 5th and 6th year of having a ninth grade academy, we've already been able to really see those fruits. If you have older students who've been able to see our graduating classes the last few years, where those students were the ones that started in the ninth grade class, are the biggest graduating classes that we've had here at East Hall. So it's really making good efforts for us. Like I said, the number of referrals are down. The improved in grades has been tremendous. So those are the things that we're looking for. And some of the reasons why that happens, some of the benefits we have from the ninth grade academy is we've got a ninth grade wing. You kind of look through these windows here, you can kind of see it's a little bit dark, but you kind of have a hallway that's kind of really dedicated to most of the ninth grade classes. All the kind of core academic classes are in that wing, so they're in a little bit of an isolated spot, which is helpful. It makes it easy to transition from class to class. And it also makes it easy for teachers, where they're able to they have common planning. Our ninth grade teachers are able to plan together, so they're able to plan the classes, but also plan specifically for our students in mind, where they're able to discuss things across curriculum. And it really maybe has a little bit of a middle school feel, where your middle school teachers are able to do that as well. So it's a good transition in that ninth grade year for teachers to get to know your students very, on an individual level, and then get to plan that way as well. So that's why we've had success and will continue to have success with our ninth grade academy. So welcome again. I'm going to hand it off now to Ms. Ryder. She explains a lot of the registration and the information for you guys. But please let us know if you have questions, and we'll look forward to next year.
Thank you. Okay. I wanted you to have some dates. I know you've received a letter already, but I want to just remind you of these dates. Today is our parent orientation meeting. Yesterday, your student started the registration process at the middle school. Okay? You received several different pieces of paper, or maybe packets and different things coming home. You may not have seen them yet, but they were sent home yesterday. So I want to, not all of them, but I'll show you what was sent home yesterday. I want you to know what to look for, and I want you to tell you why you need to look for it, okay? And all of that, well, not all of it, this paper needs to be signed and turned back in. It needs to be turned back in by Friday. And I'll explain this paper more later. I saw several of you with it tonight, okay? So this will need to come back to the middle school and give it to Ms. Ruart, and I believe, are they telling you to give it to your social studies teacher or to Ms. Ruart? Have they told you yet? Okay. All right. So, will you go back to the dates real quick, just for a second? Okay, so Friday, those are due back in. Those of you that did EPIC applications, you should know by Friday, February 19th. I do not know yet about that, so you should know about that if you were in or not on Friday, February 19th. High school schedules will be viewed starting July 25th. If we can get them sooner, we absolutely will, but know that they will be available July 25th, okay? Check Infinite Campus. If you do not have your login, check at the middle school, see if they can get you your login. Make sure you're checking Infinite Campus. Schedule changes are the first 5 days of the 2016-17 school year. We really do not do them after that unless it's a case-by-case basis, which we typically have to go to an administrator to do, okay? So you really need to know quickly if you're in the class that you want and quickly if you're not. And so you can kind of get to our office. Open house will be August 4th from 4 to 7. And if there's any more information to come to you, I will get it out to you, okay? We'll find a way to get it out, whether it's a robocall like you've been getting or a letter home. All right? Go ahead, Nicole. Okay, next. I know your time is valuable, so I'm going to try to stick with it and try to be finished by 7, which might blow us away because I do have a lot of information to give you. This is your registration form. I see a lot of them out there, and that's great. Your teachers, your students' academic teachers, help them on the left side to choose or recommend them for classes for their academics, okay? So, if you do not like those, it's okay. You can let us know. I mean, you can go ahead and write on there, no, we didn't want to do that, or something like that. We do have a form to fill out, but your teachers should be initialing the classes that they are offering for you, all right? Now, the right-hand side, we came to the middle school yesterday, some of our CTAE teachers, our vocational teachers, and we talked about all the course offerings that the students have. The students get to pick those. If you see an initial from a teacher on the right-hand side, that means that your student is in a Carnegie class and the teacher has recommended the next class for them, okay, for an elective class. Now, your student may have a teacher that knows them really well and feels like you would be really good in this class. I'm going to sign for you to do that, okay? So they're signing your student up for something. Your student, I was told tonight that a lot of the students have been told to put 1, 2, or 3 in order the way that they want their courses. Students, is that how you were told to do it? 1, 2s, or 3s? Anybody remember from class for electives? Okay. We can't always guarantee that we can get you your first choice. I can't even guarantee I can get you your second, but I will try. We will try. We'll put them in and we'll try our best. But we do want you to have alternatives. You can list your alternatives down at the bottom that you would like to take. Otherwise, I have to pick them, and you may not like that at all. So make sure you try to pick the choices that you want. So 1s, 2s, or 3s, and let us know what you want. And where are we putting those in? These will put in by hand. Either Miss Barrett, myself, Miss Kaminsky, Miss Williamson, we put these in by hand. So we will be putting all of these in. So please make sure that you have the selections that you want. Okay? This is to turn back in by Friday. Make sure you sign it down at the bottom. Okay? Any questions on this paper? Okay. All right. Your student yesterday also received this planning guide. Now, they may not have gotten it out of their backpack yet. It may have blown them away and not know what to do with it. There's a lot of information in here, okay? This is the cover that's in color, but yours is black and white. Then we also have the pathway offerings. This one's in color, but in your booklet, in this book, it's on page 10. It's not in color, but it's on page 10. This tells you all of the pathways that you can get at East Hall High School. That's some of the vocational pathways that you can get. And I'll talk a little more about that in just a few minutes, okay? Go ahead. Also, your student got one of these yesterday too, and I will explain what that is toward the end. This is Move On When Ready. This is dual enrollment. So I'll explain this a little bit more at the end, but I did want you to know that this was sent home to you yesterday. Okay, can you go back one slide? Okay, graduation requirements. Those are specific to when you enter 9th grade. So for your students, they are required to have 23 credits upon graduation from high school. They have to have the right 23. Okay, so it can't be 15 PEs and then the rest. That can't be the case. We have very specific credits that you have to get. Let's go ahead and look at this one. And in your packet, on page 4, it lays out exactly the credits that you have to have. For English, for graduation, you have to have 4. And you must have 9th grade Lit and American Lit. For social studies, you have to have 3. You have to have world history, U.S. history, government, and econ. I know that says 4, but government's a half credit and econ is a half credit, okay? For math, you must have 4. You must have coordinate algebra, analytic geometry, advanced algebra, and 1 more. For science, you must have physical science or physics. You must have biology, and then you must have either chemistry, earth systems, or environmental science, or another course, okay? Another AP or IB course, and then 1 more. So there's 4 total. You must have health and personal fitness. It's a half credit of each. You do not have to take it every year, but you do have to have that to graduate. We have to have 7 elective credits. Of those 7, 3 have to be either a modern language, or a career tech class, or fine arts. It can be any combination, all right? You can have 3 theater classes, and that will meet those 3. And then you can have 4 more of whatever, or you can have 4 more of theater. You do not have to have a Spanish to graduate from high school, or French, or any modern language. The reason that you need to take it in high school is so that you will be able to be accepted at a college or university not considered language deficient. So it's for admission to a college, not graduation from high school. Okay? It's a good idea to go ahead and do it, especially if your child does not know what they want to do for their future, so you do not have to pay for those classes later. Because if you're language deficient, then you will have to pay for those classes before you're accepted to that university. Okay? So that's why we push for our students to go ahead and do it. However, it is not a requirement for graduation. All right? So, I know I flew through that and it probably sounded like Swahili, but just know that it is in this booklet and you can see it on page 4 and refer back to it, and we will be telling you all of this stuff and telling the students all of this stuff repeatedly. They'll get sick of hearing it. Okay? They'll be able to tell you later. All right, go ahead. Okay. When you came in today, we gave you, or you picked it up from the back table. If you didn't, we can get you one. I really like this paper. It's a 5-year course plan. It does not have to go straight across. You can go up and down, that's fine. But it gives you a basic idea of, okay, in 8th grade, I am taking 8th grade language arts. So if we look at the top, I'm just taking 8th grade language arts right now. So that means in 9th grade, I'm probably going to take 9th grade lit. In 10th grade, I'm probably going to take world lit. In 11th grade, I'm probably going to take American Lit, and in 12th grade, I'm probably going to take either Brit Lit or Multicultural Lit, or maybe I'm going to be rocking and rolling and taking the AP, okay? So this is not something that you have to follow exactly. You have to make sure you get the right credits to graduate, but this gives you an idea of, okay, I'm in Honors 9th grade Lit now, next year I'm probably going to be taking Honors World Lit. Then or maybe I'm going to jump over and I'm going to do American Lit, or this is what I'm going to do next year, or maybe I need to push myself a little bit more. So this gives you an idea in every subject area what you can do to make sure that you graduate from high school in 4 years. Okay? So that's what this is for. Down at the bottom, I've got down here that AP stands for Advanced Placement. So we do have several AP courses. IB, we do not have a baccalaureate program here. Johnson, North Hall, and West Hall have that, but we do not have that at East Hall, okay? EL is English as a second language, so if you need the EL support, just know that that's where that is. And then if you want to see your students' GA College 411, if you go on there, that is where you would find some more HOPE information, and you will also see very similar items there, okay? All the stuff is usually listed there. I would highly suggest you look at their GAcollege411.org. That is an excellent site for you, very informative, lots of information there. Okay.